At the age of 13, in a rough Chicago neighborhood, Xavier McElrath-Bey made a terrible choice, and the 8th grader was on his way to prison.
I was arrested for first-degree murder when I was 13 years old. I was guilty. I was responsible. I pled guilty. But, I guess my story began long before that.
Life at home was filled with abuse, neglect, and poverty. To find acceptance and validation, he had turned to the streets.
Gravitating toward the streets for me was really about finding a new family. Gangs pick up where other social institutions leave off. If there's not enough structure in your home, the gang can provide that. If there's not a lot of love and affection and respect, the gang provides that. If there's not a sense of meaning and purpose, the gang could definitely provide that.
Conspiring with these friends, he lured another teen, who he believed was from a rival gang, into an abandoned building where the teen was beaten and killed.
To be honest with you, at that age of 13 years old, I didn't really understand the consequence. I had been in and out of detention all my life. My first arrest was when I was 9 years old. And by the time I was 13 years old, I had 19 arrests and 7 convictions.
Xavier and his 3 friends were arrested 2 weeks after the murder. He began serving a prison sentence of 25 years. Now, Xavier is in his 40s, leading a completely different life than you might expect.
How long were they incarcerated before they were able to...
While behind bars, he was given the opportunity to pursue an education. And as his instructors gave him knowledge, they gave him a new sense of self-worth.
And they clicked over for me, like, wow, I can do this.
His instructors also gave him a goal.
They have the ability to either give up on you or to invest in your life.
Xavier earned his GED certificate and went on to earn 2 associate's degrees, then a bachelor's degree in social science. He had a 4.0 GPA. When he was released from prison early for good behavior, he went on to earn a master's in art and human services. In Utah, leaders of both higher education and government are ready to make a similar investment. House Speaker Greg Hughes sponsored a pilot program appropriating $200,000 to Salt Lake Community College.
As soon as I proposed it to this institution, to Salt Lake Community College, they took it and ran. They've been very, very supportive. This is a very supportive institution and sees the prison as part of our community.
Mary Ann McKnight is working with Kurt Gunner on a program to offer general ed classes to inmates that will be transferable to other colleges and universities throughout the state. And based on a lot of evidence, this should lower the rate of reincarceration, reduce taxpayer costs for prison systems, and set inmates on a new, productive path.
Any way we can get these students thinking about their role as citizens, how they can be good neighbors, good employees, just good people, that's a positive change.
The research indicates that it's transformative, that it makes a huge difference, not just in employability, but in the way they see the world and themselves fitting into the world.
Data shows that inmates who have access to education are far less likely to return to prison. The recidivism rate reduces by a whopping 36%. And every dollar invested in prison education reduced incarceration costs by $4 to $5.
That's a huge number on its own.
That's a huge number.
Just thinking about the amount of cost savings, if you want to look at it in terms of money,
Right.
if you want to look at it in terms of morality, it's giving these people a second chance. And as far as I'm concerned, we either believe in rehabilitation or we don't. And if we believe in rehabilitation and the power of rehabilitation to help people change their lives,
Right.
then this is a no-brainer.
The effect of education is evident in the data and in personal stories like Xavier's.
It was a dominant theme in our class is that, that you have a voice and that with an education you can go out and make a difference.
For the Utah League of Cities and Towns, I'm Susan Wood.